Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
I'm Kim Davenport of the Pro Billiards Tour. We at the Pro Billiards Tour has been developing a game and it is almost done. And guess what? It is going to be fun and exciting and I can't wait, and it is called Stroke Zone. It is a game and a tournament format. Enter the zone, the Stroke Zone.
Coming soon to pool players, professionals, and lovers of all things billiards is Stroke Zone, a new billiards game format for players of all skill ranges. A revolution in billiards training and gaming designed to give players at all skill levels an exciting challenge with every shot and guaranteed game improvement. The zone allows players to connect and compete in pool rooms, sports bars, community clubs, and home game rooms around the clock.
Let me tell you a little bit about Stroke Zone. There's no break, there's no jump cue, and there's no safe piece. It's called pinpoint position, and I'll tell you what, everybody has an equal opportunity to shoot the same shot. So if you play 9-ball, you break the balls, make 2, and you get hooked. Your opponent breaks, makes 2, and he's straight in. Hey, it's not gonna happen playing Stroke Zone. You're gonna get your shot no matter what.
The object of Stroke Zone is simple. Score points by pocketing a ball and then positioning the cue ball in the zone. Sound easy? Think again. Stroke Zone is comprised of 180 designated layouts by Hall of Fame champion Kim Davenport, with 120 amateur layouts as well as 60 pro layouts that will test the cue ball control of the best professionals. A fun, exciting, and action-packed gaming experience that teaches and improves your stroke and touch, the hallmark of the greatest pros. Stroke Zone is the newest way to play pool.
We know tournaments, and it's time for something new. Stroke Zone.
To learn more and to become a member, visit ProBilliardsTour.com.
Welcome everyone to the Stroke Zone Studios located inside of the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dale Little Cheddar Lorenz, and welcome to the Stroke Zone Challenge Round 2. Started out with 16 players. We're down to 8. This is a single elimination bracket, or tournament, I should say, the format. We'll get into a lot of the other details after we get started, but we got a couple of people that we need to thank before we even get underway. Most of this would not be happening if it wasn't for Mr. Don Mackey and Kim Davenport. Want a big shout out to the Pro Billiards Tour, as well as we've got Tom Flanagan and Mike Flanagan down in Ohio from Projection Pro Billiards. And pretty much everything that you're going to see today is a creation of those 4 people. Very exciting to have this challenge here in Oshkosh, and Wisconsin is pretty much the proving grounds of Stroke Zone gaming itself. And looking forward to where this is progressing, if you will. Sunday morning tongue is, I don't know if my caffeine kicked in yet, but all right, let's get the party started. I am going to switch off the light for the players. You can't see that yet, but now you can. Get rid of the light. And there is the projection system. And we're going to get the players to lag real quick first, and we'll get underway. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. We've got the players set and ready for round number 2. Dan Ramstack winning the leg. So round 1 consisted of, well, let me go back a little bit. So if you're not familiar with how Stroke Zone is played, there are 3 elements to the game itself. There is the cue ball, the object ball, and the zone. You must pocket the object ball, or anything else afterwards does not matter. So once you pocket the object ball, that is 1 point. Then, as you can see right here, cue ball enters the zone, and you can either score 3, 6, or 9 points on top of the 1. So there is a potential of either 1, 4, 7, or 10 points per inning. You get 2 shots at each one of the layouts or each one of the innings, and it is the best score of the 2 shots. So right now, Dan Ramstack gets 7 points for his first round. So if you look at each one of the players has a rating. Rich Champa is 5.8 and Dan Ramstack is 6.7. So in round 1, they played, you can see the 2A1 on the table. So we played set 1B. All right, that is 1 point for Mr. Champa, and we'll get that switched over in just a second. So then it is a combination of all 30 innings that they played on the last set, or the last round 1, and divide by, or their total points divided by 30. That's how they ended up with a rating of 5.8 and 6.7. Not sure if I explained that well. All right, inning number 2. It is upside down, but you can see that the cue ball must hit the rail, hit the back rail, and then back into the zone. That one's just a little bit firm, so 1 point. This looks really good. 10 points. Very nice. Dan Ramstack starting out really strong. This looks like a great shot as well. Just drifted a little bit too far. So the question is asked quite often if we'll get to one of the shots where it's going to make a little bit more sense later on, but if the cue ball does not hit that rail, does it still count? Absolutely not. All right, 7 points. Bringing the totals to 8 and 17. I believe they are questioning whether this is a 7 or a 10. I'd be willing to bet it is a 7. And I was wrong. We're going to add 3 more points to Rich's total. All right, inning number 3. Draw shot to the zone. Pocket the object ball in the upper left. Nicely done. Another 10-pointer for Dan Ramstack. He is on fire. Whoops. Oh, a little bit firm. That looks like 10. $21-27. All right, inning number 4. Pocket the object ball in the lower right-hand corner. Cue ball goes 1 rail into the center of the zone. Or hopefully the center of the zone. That one's got to go. That is 1 point. Really good opportunity for Rich Ciampa to pick up a couple of points or get back some points. Well, folks, we are all tied up. Inning number 5. Pocket the object ball in the bottom right-hand corner and draw the cue ball back into the zone and avoid scratching in the side. Oh, hits the outer points and saved. 10 points. So, if you're wondering why now all of a sudden Rich Champa is shooting first, this is just like golf. Whoever scores the best on the previous inning or the previous hole gets to shoot first on the next tee or next inning. That's 7 points for Dan Ramstack. $7. Rich has now taken over the lead. All right, let me give you a rough idea of how this works. This is Mr. Kim Davenport.
Kim Davenport here. I was asked earlier, how do you score playing stroke zone? First of all, you have to make the object ball or no points are awarded. Make the object ball, you get 1 point. The cue ball travels into the zone and you either get 3, 6, or 9 points. 9 point is my favorite. Let's see what happens. And by the way, we play any part touching. We don't play base of the ball in stroke zone. There you go. Looks like a 10.
All right, inning number 7. Pretty simple shot. Pocket the object ball in the side and stop the cue ball, or even maybe just a smidge of force follow. Not much, don't want to punch right through the center of the zone, but if you do stop it, it will catch a piece of the 9. And that is 10 points. So again, welcome everyone to the very first Stroke Zone Challenge here at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. That's 10 points for Dan Ramstack as well. We're Within 3, 55-58. Very first stroke zone challenge. This is round number 2. We started out with 16 players. Single elimination format. We're down to 8. $65 entry. Plus, all of the competitors have a PBT membership for the year, which makes them a stroker inside of the hub. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. That's 4 points for Rich. This one requires just a little bit of left-hand spin. When it comes down to the rail, obviously you have to pocket the ball first in the side, but once the cue ball hits the back rail, it needs to spin left just a real little bit. Nicely done. There's the spin. And another 4 points. Not an easy one. All right, 62. This looks like 7 points. Which ties it up yet again. But Dan has an opportunity to get 10 on the board. This has got a good chance. Slow down. Oh. All right, 7 points. 62-62. And we are halfway through set number 1. I'm sorry. This is actually set 2A. We're going to be playing 2B after this. I love this shot. This is one of my favorites. That one needs a little bit of pace. 1 point. This one looks much better. You just slow down, catch a piece of the 10. 10 points it is. Putting the pressure on Rich. Oh, looks like he's responding with a good shot of his own. 7 for sure. That one needs a little bit of pace. All right, 7 points for Rich. 69-72. All right, not too difficult. Pocket the object ball in the lower left and get the cue ball inside the zone on the right-hand side. Looks like 7 points. All right, 7 points for Dan Ramstack. Oop, did not pocket the object ball. That one's better, but did not put the cue ball in the zone. So 1 point for Rich. 70-79. Looks like no points on that one. And this looks like 10 points for Dan Ramstack. Indeed. Nicely done. Take him to 89. This looks like a 10 as well. Oh, got to slow down a little bit. Never mind. That is 7. All right, 7 points for Rich. 77-89, down by 12 at the moment. Plenty of time. To give you an idea what this looks like. So inside of the hub, it's called, we've got all of the layouts that we're playing today. Right now we're going to be doing number 12. So let me give you an idea of what that looks like. Straight draw shot down the rail. Apparently we don't have any notes in this one. It's a little bit more draw. 1 point. And a miss. And Dan looks up at the booth. 2 points. Nope, the scratch does not count. So 1 point for Dan Ramstack, bringing his total to 90. Again, really good opportunity for Rich to gain some points back. That looks like 7. Nope, 4 points. Ooh, this is on a good path. Looks like 7 for sure. Yep, 7 points. Nicely done by Rich. That gets Rich within 4 points of Dan Ramstack. He was down by, I think, 17 at one point. So this can change in the blink of an eye. We've got 3 more innings left in this set. All right, a little too much right-hand spin there. Got a little bit too deep. And hit the object ball just a little too thick. This one has to be hit a little bit thin. And it's pretty much straight follow. I've played this one many times. Yep, same thing. 1 point. Slight power outage there, I think. Glitch in the matrix. Oh, this is on a really good path. Unfortunately, not hard enough. 85-91. All right, let me show you what the next shot looks like, or next inning, I should say. It is a difficulty of 2 out of 5. And Kim Davenport's notes actually shows you how to hit the shot. Natural angle, middle to high left-hand English. As with all of these, it is all about speed control. It's a tough little shot. Oop, my bad. All right. That did not hit the back rail there, so that does not count. 1 point for pocketing the object ball. This looks like a great one. Beautifully done. 10 points for Rich. And that, I believe, is the first time that Rich is leading this match. It was well played. All right, Dan Ramstack with an opportunity to match that 10. That one's not going to work. I love the fact that the players, and you can't really see it, but well, Dan's hiding behind the scoreboard there. All right, that is 1 point for Dan Ramstack. 92 to 95. And this is the last one of set 2A. All right, 7 points for Rich. He made that one look really easy, and I'll tell you, it is not at all. This is a difficult shot. You really got to throw that object ball down the rail so the cue doesn't bounce so hard when it hits the rail and then through the zone. This might even be another 10. Hey, nope, 7. So here's, this is fun because if Dan can score 10 points here, we're all tied up. Then we go to set 2, and it gets really, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh. Wow. What? That was exciting. Just walked out to the players, and what a great first half of today's match. 102 to 102. Fabulous. So, the players are going to take a break real quick. Let's talk about this gentleman, shall we? His name is Peter Source. All right, we're back. Set 2B. Or not 2B. Of course, that is the question. We are all tied up, 102 apiece. All right. Pocket the object ball in the side, and with a whole lot of left-hand English, see if you can get that cue ball into the zone. This is literally hard just to make the object ball. It is such a small, I'll give you a different view here. Look at the window to get this object ball into the side. This is not a simple shot in any way. Yeah, and that happens with just about everybody. So that is 0 points for Dan Ramstack. So again, this is set inning number 1 of set 2B in the Stroke Zone Gaming. And again, if the object ball is not pocketed, then nothing else matters after that. No points for either player. All right, let's do some bank shots. So we're going to bank the object ball in the upper left-hand corner. Cue ball goes one rail and into the zone. Great idea. Get going. All right, 1 point for pocketing the ball. And the same, but the cue ball goes all the way through the zone. So 1 point for Dan Ramstack. Nicely done. And 4 points. Oop, probably shouldn't do that yet. He might score higher. Well, he's already got 4 points on the board, so we'll see what... let me take that off. See if he does a little bit better on the... Nope. 4 points it is. All right, so here's what it looks like inside of the hub for the next shot. Inning number 3 of set 2B. Difficulty 2 out of 5. Another bank shot. Kind of the same shot, only in reverse as the last one. Very similar, I should say. Not identical, but that one's got to go. All right, 1 point for Rich. Taking his total to 107. Opportunity for Dan Ramstack. If he can get at least 4 points, he's going to tie this match up yet again. All right, 7 points for Dan Ramstack. That's a really good start. Now he just took over the lead again. Three-point difference is what we've got. All right, here's what's coming up this afternoon at 4 o'clock, just 2 short hours from now. We've got our second match of today, Todd Schmidt and Vincent Schrader. Again, they're going to be playing the same sets as we're watching right now. Tough little shot. A lot of left-hand spin. Threw the cue ball, or threw the object ball right out of the pocket. All right, that is 1 point for Dan Ramstack. Even though it entered the zone, it hit the rail prior to going in the zone. So that is only 1 point. That is 4 for Rich Champa, which ties it up again. I love it. All right, we're all tied up. 111 apiece. All right, again, looking inside of the hub. Here's the next shot. It is a draw shot. You got to basically cheating the side pocket a little bit with, I think it's going to be left-hand spin. Draw it into the zone with drawing it into the side pocket. And there it is. And that looks like 10 points. That's a 10-pointer for Rich Champa. Actually, a little bit of a throw to this shot. Works really well if you can maybe jack up just a smidge. Not much. Almost like a masse throw. Oh, that's definitely a 10. Nicely done. You stick to it.
Kim Davenport here. I was asked earlier, how do you score playing stroke zone? First of all, you have to make the object ball or no points are awarded. Make the object ball, you get 1 point. The cue ball travels into the zone and you either get 3, 6, or 9 points. 9 point is my favorite. Let's see what happens. And by the way, we play any part touching. We don't play base of the ball in stroke zone. There you go. Looks like a 10.
All right. We'll go to the side view here. Pocket the object ball in the side closest to us. Come 2 rails behind the zone and enter from the back. See if Rich can adjust, and does. Hits it a little firm and all the way through. That is 1 point for Rich. That is 7. All right. Dan takes the lead again. Inning number 7, or 22 of today. I'll tell you, if this match continues the way that it is with the scoring, we're going to come right down to the final couple of shots to see who's going to end up victorious in this match. The biggest lead so far, Rich Champa was up 17, I believe, in the beginning. All right, little discrepancy in that shot. Because after it hit the first rail, it actually crossed into the zone. That one counts. 7 points. 122 to 135. So now, even with a 10, Rich needs 10 just to stay within 3. Slow down, slow down. Very nice. 10 points for Rich. I believe you are correct. Is it one pocket ear? Earl Strickland really liked the idea of this game. Yes. I've been told many times that he was a huge fan of this. All right, that is 7 points guaranteed for Rich so far, with one shot remaining. Seven points. Temporarily in the lead. Big fan of Earl Strickland, huh? He definitely brought a lot to the game. 5 U.S. Open titles, I believe. That is 7 points for Dan Ramstack. Guaranteed to be back in the lead again. Earl had, well, still does, quite the amazing stroke. Okay, 7 points for Dan Ramstack. Rich remains 3 down. Inning number 9. All right, even though he did enter the zone, he hit 3 rails instead of 2. So that does not work. And this one is overcompensating a little bit, so he's got 1 point. That is not what Rich Champa needed. Yes, sir. 1 Pocketeer. What you see on the screen is what the players see themselves. So they, and actually I'll give you a different view. So it is projected right onto the table from the Projection Pro Billiards system. And that is 4 points for Dan Ramstack with another shot. Here's another view for you. 1 Pocketeer. So I have a perimeter light. That one a little bit lighter. All right, so that is 4 points for Dan Ramstack. 140 to 146. So let me see if I can give you an idea. No. What it looks like. So there's in the upper left or middle left, you can see my perimeter light. Back behind that, all the way up in the upper left-hand corner is where the projector is. But you can see there, the players can see, and he just walked right in front of the projector. And yes. You're welcome. Yes, to answer your question. So there is 120 amateur layouts, and then there are 60 professional layouts in here. On the, how do I put this? The current set that we're using, it does not have the instructions, if you will, and where to hit the cue ball. But inside of the practice gaming, it's all the same layouts, all the same innings, everything's the same, and it gives you Kim's tips, where to hit the cue ball, what spin, what English to use on the cue ball. So it gives helpful hints on all of them. All right, so that is 1 point for Dan. This is on a really good path. Just needs to get going. 1 point for Dan Ramstack. Well, a 7-pointer by Rich Champa. And we're going to be all tied up. This is a cool shot. I like this one. Oh, come on. Get going. Get going. Guaranteed 4 points. He is within 3. We have 5 innings left after this shot. So this is going to come down to the wire. All right, 144 to 147. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. And one Pocketeer, these are actually the easy ones yet. Next round, much harder. Inning number 11, or 26 of 30. All right, this is not going to count, even if it enters the zone, because it hit that rail there, and he knew it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have picked it up. All right, 1 point for Rich. 145, 147. Here's a good opportunity for Dan to distance himself with just a couple of shots remaining. 4 to be exact. One Pocketeer. Make sure you come back at 4 o'clock. We're going to have match number 2 of today's doubleheader. 1 point for Dan Ramstack. So scratch is, yes, loss of all points. So if you pocket the ball and scratch, you get nothing. This looks like at least 4 points. Yep, 4 it is. 145 to 151. Here's the matches that are remaining in round 2 this afternoon. Again, at 4 o'clock is Todd Schmidt and Vincent Schrader. And then on, let's see, is that Tuesday or Wednesday? Jason Gibbs, Troy Islandsey. And then on Thursday, I believe it's Peter Source and Dustin Clark. Peter Source and Dustin Clark had the 2 highest scores in round 1. Dustin had 225, and Peter had 221. So very close. One Pocketeer, if you're not familiar with how I run the format of my knockout challenges, not just Stroke Zone, but all of the other ones. All right, that is 1 point for Dan. With a normal bracket, like they're using at the U.S. Open right now, you can go ahead and look at the bracket and see who your opponent is going to be next, right? So if you win, or if you're on the one-loss side, you can always see who your opponent is. In this format, you cannot. I do a live redraw each round. All right, that is 4 points guaranteed. If he can get 7, we are going to be all tied up with 3 innings to go. That one's not going to get it done. But 4 points for Rich. Three innings left. What's happening, Mr. Mackey? Just got free. Were you in prison? Yes, this is 3-point match. We've got 3 innings to go. And this looks like a really good start. All right, that is 4 points for Rich. And that one is not going to get there. So, temporarily, Rich has the lead by 1 point. No, Don, Rich Champa has the game. Dan Ramstack does not. That is 7 points. I think I should have flipped this one around. All right, 7 points either way. 153, 159 with 2 innings to go. All right, I'm going to get inside of the hub and show you what the next one looks like. Check this out. Inning 14 of 2B, difficulty 2 out of 5. And there's Kim's notes. Pocket the object ball in the corner, come 2 rails, and into the zone. Here's what it looks like on the table. Uh-oh. All right, 1 point. It's got to go just a little bit. Just short of the zone. Huge opportunity for Rich. All right, so that's 1 point for Dan, taking his total to 160. So if Rich can get 7 points, he's going to tie this match. With 1 inning to go. Don't go through the zone. Nope, that does not count. Huge shot for Rich right here. This is actually going to solidify whether he goes on, because if look at this. Look at this. 7 points, folks. We are all tied up. 160 apiece. So I just went out to inform the players, in the event of a tie, and this, I honestly, I didn't think this was ever going to happen. Especially with 30 innings. The odds of this are just astronomical. In the event of the tie, we're going to continue to shoot this shot over and over and over again. 7 points for Rich Champa. Wow. What a great pressure shot, huh, Don? This is fabulous. Okay, 7 points. Dan Ramstack must get 7 points minimum on these 2 shots, or one of these 2 shots. Oh, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, 4 points. Are you kidding me? It all comes down to this shot. Must get 7 or more. And that's not going to happen. Oh, my gosh. That is just brutal. Wow. What a great comeback by Rich Champa. Rich has been pretty much down this entire match, and comes back in the very end to win it. Unbelievable. Oh, don't do it now. You're going to be mad at yourself. All All right, folks, I'll be right back. I'm going to go chat with the players a little bit. Actually, I'll get you over to where they're sitting. All right, I am back. Just chatting with the players for a little bit. I should have been mic'd up. That would have been fun. But what a match. Just incredible. Come right down to the wire. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let's see if... Yeah, booth cam isn't really working right now, so we won't bother. This is Little Cheddar, and on behalf of, let me throw a couple of those up there real quick. Projection Pro Billiards. Mike and Tom Flanagan, creators of Projection Pro Billiards. And Mike Flanagan, well, actually both of them in conjunction with Kim Davenport and Don Mackey of the Pro Billiards Tour are the creators of the game. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we're going to be doing this again in an hour and a half. So we will see you then.